What is going on, guys, and welcome back to Intelligent Money Investing. My name is Chase, and today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about my background and why I started up this channel in the first place. So, with my stock market investing, it all started about a year ago. In April, early April, I started doing some research into the stock market, and I discovered the Robinhood app. And I realized that I actually had the opportunity to be able to buy stocks at a much younger age than I thought I could. And I was absolutely ecstatic about it. Started investing my money that I'd made from working over the summer, and I'll get more into that later. But I started investing my money, getting into stocks, and I was super, super into it. And all I wanted to do was honestly talk about it and bounce my ideas off of people like my peers, my friends. And honestly, when I was doing that, nobody really seemed to care because nobody really knew much about the stock market. Nobody really had much of an interest in it. All my friends pretty much just spend all their money that's coming in. So when that happens and people aren't really concerned or excited about their savings and their investments, I think there's a little bit of a problem. So when I started up this channel up, my basically idea was that I would actually have an outlet to be able to talk about the stock market with like a community of people that are actually interested and want to learn more and want to kind of discuss in the comments and through all sorts of discussions on YouTube about what investments are great, how to set yourself up for the future and long-term retirement, passive income, dividend growth, like just all those different stock market topics that set you up really well for the long term. And the problem is right now that so many people aren't really seeing that. And by that, I don't mean the people on the channel. I mean the people in, like, my peers. I'm 19 years old right now, and I would say the vast majority of my friends, the people around me, the vast majority of 19-year-olds in general, I'd say, don't even know much about the stock market or would have any idea how to get into investing. So that's pretty much what my goal is. I want to educate more people as to how to get into the markets and how to have success in a very easy way. That's why I teach mostly about ETFs, because they're really easy to understand. They don't take too much work to follow, and that way people can focus most of their effort on upping their income to be able to invest more rather than worrying every day about one stock or another, deciding what the best avenue is for their long-term growth. Well, we know the S&P 500 gives about an 8% return a year, and that's something we can count on if we invest heavily into the S&P 500 through an ETF like VOO. While you don't know about a stock, if you put all your money into one stock, then that company may go bankrupt in the long run. Obviously, that's not probably not going to happen if you pick the right stock, but there's a lot of good stocks or a lot of big companies that people have looked at as the absolute pinnacle, absolute safest blue chip stock you can find, and those companies have gone down from difficulty innovating or not being able to keep up with the competition because with such an age like we are right now, where everybody is trying to innovate, everybody's thinking growth before profit right now, that a lot of these established companies are starting to face a little bit of competition from people throwing off complete markets and stuff like that. So that's really kind of why I wanted to get into this channel and why I'm going to keep working to build it for over the long term and keep building this community. And that now I will just want to give you guys a little bit of background kind of about me and how I have money to invest at a young age and stuff like that. So I grew up in a fairly large town in Michigan, and all my parents are entrepreneurs. So my dad runs a car shop in our town, and every day over the summers, starting when I was 13, I would play tennis in the morning for about 2.5, 3 hours, and then I'd bike to work and work in the shop. Started out cleaning cars, then I worked in a little parts department, then I started actually being able to work on the cars. And that's how I was able to generate some income. And when I was little, if I knew about investing when I was younger, I totally would have gotten in and put money into indexes and stuff like that. But I didn't know back then what I know now. So that money, I just would throw it all into a savings account, and I would not touch it at all because I absolutely despise spending money on things I don't need to, unless it's in very small amounts. So I've always been like a serial saver, so I've been able to build up a solid bank account, build up a solid portfolio now because I've been working every summer since I was 13, and will continue to do that going forward until I have a normal job after college. So that's just a little bit more about me and how I've been able to have a little bit of money to invest, because people have asked me, they're saying they're 19, they only have a couple $100 in the bank and they don't really have any money to throw into the market. And it really all comes from saving. It's all about having more money coming in than coming out. So especially when I'm not when it's not summer and I don't have that money coming in every week or every 2 weeks, depending on how I'm getting paid, I really do not like to spend my money because I'm going negative. If I don't have an income, I'm negative for that day, I'm negative for that week, I'm negative for that month. So in the summer, I'm a little bit freer with the money I spend just because I know I'm making that I'm positive every week, every month. For the entire summer, I'm very, very positive on my income. And that way I'll have money to save, money to invest, and I can keep growing that bank account because I'm always about growth rather than shrinking. So, and the stock market's allowed me in this year to kind of experience that without, and having positive days, positive months without actually going into work every day and putting in hours, working hard, like fixing cars, doing anything or any other job that I've had since then. Really, what I don't have to worry about, well, I guess there's ups and down days in the market, but with the bull market we're on right now, that even though we may be reaching a top, we have historically high P/E ratios and stuff like that. Over the long term, the stock market's still going to be a great way for money to be money to be made, basically, for people to grow their wealth as long as they can stay invested and stay with a good temperament in the long term. So that's what I've got for you guys today. I wanted to give you guys a little bit more background. Sorry I didn't have much going on the screen here. Just kind of popped up the channel page in my portfolio just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. So if you guys enjoyed this video, throw me a like and a comment as to what your kind of journey for investing has looked like throughout your time. Maybe it's on Robinhood, maybe you've used a different portfolio, maybe you've been investing for decades, or maybe you're just trying to get into it now. I'd love to hear from any sort of perspective, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys. Thanks you guys for listening.